What's up, gamers? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, we will be breaking down how to play vertically in Rainbow Six Siege. Before we go any further, there are links to my Twitch and Twitter in the description below, so make sure you go check those out. So the main operators you will play when you're playing vertically are obviously going to be Buck and Sledge, as their gadgets are more targeted for making lines of sight and playing vertically. But also Zofia is good due to her 2 impacts and the ability to bring 3 breaching charges. You could say the same with Ashe. I mean, you can, because she has her 2 breaching rounds, which are basically the same as Zofia's impacts. And then she also has her 3 breaching charges. Of course, if you saw my last video on how to play entry, you would know that for Zofia and Ashe, you mainly want to use their utility for breaking gadgets. But for this example, we're going to be breaking down how to play vertically with Sludge. Okay, so playing vertically, just like lots of concepts in this game, develops over time. Because you learn where you need to buck or sludge or whatever, and you learn like when you need to and for what site and whatnot. With Sledge, you can sludge up. It's not as impactful as using buck. But if your team wants to play Sledge because of the frag grenades, you can sledge up. It would be better to do that in blue bar because, so this is for attacking hookah, for example, because right above this bar is the pink bar where lots of smoke players will play. So you can just sledge all of this out and make it very difficult for them to play there, because this is a very strong position just due to if you throw a nitro cell through a hole right here onto this wall, it can blow up the default plant. If you throw a smoke as smoke right in this corner back here, it can smoke off the default plant. So this is mainly where I would open up if I'm playing vertically just on this site. Another good spot to open up is behind over here, behind Aqua Bar. The reason is because lots of players will play back here with like a Jaeger ADS and hold down Aqua because they can't be grenaded, maybe even use a Wamai so they can't be capi-towed. So it's all preference of where you want to go. Like I said, I mainly go for pink bar because that's where lots of smoke players will play. Kind of get this whole area. Yeah, dang it. Get this whole area just because it makes it difficult to play in this very strong position. And then Aqua Bar. And then like you can do Sunrise. It's not as needed. Can you actually hit? You can hit, yeah, okay. You can get all behind Hookah Bar, which is nice because if there's like a Maestro or somebody playing there, you can do that. Can you hit this? Yeah, okay, and then you could hit where the rotate is. I usually don't play Sledge when I'm doing this, so that's why I'm like, can you even do this? Because I usually use Buck, but not because he doesn't have frag grenades. Using Sludge more is what's more commonly used. Okay, and then another thing that's very good to know how to do is knowing how to grenade somebody from downstairs, right? So let's quickly drone right up over to here. We'll drone and we'll try and grenade that spot right on the door, okay? So let's see, if that's the bar, the door should be like right around there, right? Okay, yeah. Wow, I'm actually insane. So the way you want to do this is, it's kind of hard to count. It's like 4.5 seconds in. Or what a lot of people do is just look for when the lines are like blinking really fast. See, and then you throw it. I actually did that perfectly. I could have thrown it a tad bit earlier so I didn't take 8 damage, but then you grenade through the floor. And what's nice about this is it's literally a free kill. Like if I get a call, somebody is playing on this doorway, like there's a shield right here and somebody's playing right there, or like there's a Maestro behind this this bar, and you have grenades and you can like either get a ping of where they are, or you just get a descriptive enough call out like, hey, they're on the door, for example, or they're behind Aqua Bar, and you can just grenade that. It's really good because it cannot be ADS'd unless there's like one downstairs for some reason, or there's a Wamai downstairs. and they will the defender or whoever you're grenading will very rarely know that it's coming, because you only get the grenade indicator once it's like at the ceiling, and by that time it's already too late. So that's kind of playing vertically for downstairs, like from downstairs to upstairs, and then the same thing goes for playing upstairs to downstairs. Just know this is for if you're attacking kitchen, just knowing where you would want to hit. Like these are good spots. Kind of in my experience, you just kind of want to whack around pretty much until you find what you're looking for. But yeah, these are like some more common spots to go. You can hit behind the bathroom over here, which is a really strong spot. It really all just depends. One thing I do have to say though, like as you just saw right here, I sledged right here and then I sledged right here. That's what you don't want to do, because if they have a pulse or something or any nitro cell and they hear you going here and they throw a nitro cell, usually if you were just to sledge once and then run away, you would not be damaged too significantly by the nitro cell. But if you are, however, to sledge twice in the same spot, then you will most likely die from that. So a tip I have is like sledge one spot, run away, sledge one spot. You kind of want to like bounce around so it's hard to nitro cell you, because if you're just sledging straight in a line, they're going to be able to predict it and just throw a nitro cell, as opposed to if you sledge here, run over to here, run over to here, especially if you're doing it quickly. There's no way for a pulse to be able to nitro cell you, or anybody for that matter. And another tip is once you like open the hole, don't peek it immediately, because they're going to be expecting you to be there, and you can either A, get counter peeked, or B, get nitro celled. I had a teammate one time who played Maestro, and literally we played this map a lot, and it was for this side in fact. Whenever they would open a hole, he would just peek it and shoot all 81 bullets at them. And if they happened to still be peeking, he would shred them like cheese. So you gotta just be careful about that. Kind of open a hole, run somewhere else, open some other holes, and then come back. Because lots of players, especially if you're executing like onto the site as you're opening these holes, or if you're playing upstairs and your team is able to execute onto the site as you're up here, lots of defenders on site will either be forced by players on first floor. Let's say you're playing behind the bomb here, and then there's the rotate, and then through this hole, we made that hole. So it's very unsafe to play here. Well, then you have to rotate out to somewhere that is safe. Let's say like here, because you can't really be hit from any vertical holes here. Well, you're in the middle of this doorway. So what's really good about vertical play is if you take away common spots to play, then ends up being nowhere for the defenders to play without them having to peek you or being pressured from horizontal play. Because if you can't play here, you can't play in these corners, you can't play pretty much anywhere under here. The safest spot, you can't even play here because of that. Can't play in the bathroom because they can just open up above it. You either have to play inside of kitchen, which this is all destructible upstairs, or you have to play kind of in like a no man's land area, like here. And then if you have a shield, you would obviously be safer. But realistically, just for this site, the safest spot you could probably be is like right here, or actually probably here. Probably right here. But even then, you are stuck here. If somebody ups down repels or plays way back there, you are stuck here. So for vertical play, you want to take away where they can play and force them into unfortunate spots, like one right here, or maybe like behind that table. You want to force them to where it gives your team the advantage. And then eventually, if they get pressured and they have to fall back, they have to fall back under a hole. And most players, I feel, will forget about this. If you opened this up like a minute and a half ago, and now they're focusing on, oh, they're pushing site from like every side, then you have to fall back to here, someplace you feel is safe, to stop the horizontal push. And then you just have somebody upstairs that can just quickly peek a hole, especially if you have a drone. Like, oh, Maestro fell back to the service corner, Sludge or Buck walks over to their hole, boom, free kill. So it's all about forcing defenders into uncomfortable positions. Okay, so we just talked about the strengths, about how you can move the defenders around, put them where you want, force them into either your teammates' hands to where they can make a play on them very easily, or force them to where you can make a play on them. So just playing up here, realistically, you could probably make most of these holes within like a minute. Especially if you're running around a good amount, it's gonna be very difficult for anybody to nitro cell you. So that being said, you take away where they can play behind the bomb, play on the rotate, play on the pantry, play the window. Like for if you want to plant on the window, play behind the counter. You just take away really strong spots, the door, the rotate, all that good stuff. But what your weakness would be is while you're sludging around or bucking around, you're looking down a lot, right? You're like this. What's not good is you can get flanked very easily. If I'm right here peeking this hole, right? A defender can flank me from aqua through luggage. So it's either very important to roam clear when you're playing vertically, but even then they can still come up the staircase. So it's very important also to have some type of flank watch, whether it be a drone, a gridlock, a nomad, claymores, whatever it may be. Because vertical play is very strong, but it's also very counterable. You can either get peeked while you're not paying attention. Like if you make two holes close together, like if I'm right here, let's say this is another hole, and I'm peeking this one, I can get shot from this hole. I guess an example could be right here. If I'm playing this hole and I open up that one, I can get shot from there. Or if I'm looking this way and somebody's already aiming at the hole over there, then I can get shot very easily. So it's all about using your brain pretty much and being aware, not getting tunnel visioned, having good awareness of what's happening, the sounds you hear. One thing is though, when you are opening up all these holes, the sound will become very difficult to like differentiate what's below you and what's above you. Like right now I hear that radio that's right below me. It's right there. So it's the same thing for hearing footsteps. It's going to be very difficult to tell what's behind you, what's below you, in some cases what's above you, what's to your left. And so you're really just going to have to pay attention to every sound and treat every sound like it's on the same level as you. That's pretty much it though. So just quickly recapping, don't open stuff up in a straight predictable pattern / line because you will get nitro celled. Don't peek the holes immediately after you make them. Best operators are Buck, Sludge, Sophia, and I guess Ash, to be honest. You can play vertically with anybody that has breaching charges. Just prioritize the holes you want to make. For this, I would definitely open up the one on the rotate here. Probably this one here. And one other one's good. Probably, honestly, the one behind the bomb. Or like on the window. So this one here, here. To rotate, window, or like pantry. Then the service is good, but also this one on the bomb would be really good as well. So if you have a teammate, open up that. You know, or if you're Buck or Sludge, I recommend those. But map knowledge, game sense of where players might be, where things are in retrospect. Your weaknesses would be getting flanked, so make sure you have some type of flank watch, either nomadic gridlock or some claymore or a drone setup, whatever it may be. But that's pretty much it. Make sure, thank you for watching this video. Link in the description to my Twitch and Twitter. Make sure you follow those. I stream pretty much every day, and then Twitter's for updates on videos, streams, whatnot like that. But thank you for watching, and peace out, gamers.